Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we are back into Disco Elysium. Where...
My cry is death.
Where we are going to be attempting to finish Disco Elysium, is what I was saying.
The tricks are as
let's
they have
see.
ever been. A bit
I don't
more
think...
worn, perhaps.
Okay, yeah, we've already got all the info we can from that. We've already gotten all the info we can from that. La la la. No, not la la la. I asked you not to interrupt the intros. You did. You did. You did the one thing I asked you specifically not to do, Birdtree. Anyway, I'll yell at Birdtree later. Alright, I need to recover my train of thought, because it's gone now. We gotta look for Ruby on the coast. Okay, this gives you a warning that you can't finish more side quests. I need to talk to these guys after 2200. I need to talk to these guys after 2200. It's not then yet. This is kind of a whatever thing. Check the island. I don't know how to get to the island. Confront the Hardy Boys about the drug thing. See what Titus has to say about it. I thought we were done talking with Titus forever. Alright, let's go see what Titus says. Okay.
The Coppernado is back. What do you want?
Let's move my camera so you guys can see the characters. There we go. Let's see. Guess what? I have connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? We know Ruby was the driver. We know that's your affiliation with her. Detective, you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
No, do the honor. You've earned it. Nodded the lieutenant.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Really quick, Pudgy did a resub. It says, Muck, thanks for all that you do. Makes my day more enjoyable. No place I'd rather be. Pudgy, that is very kind words. Thank you very much. I appreciate the resub. Thank you. Hey, Muck. Hello, Bluebell.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off poisoning your own people.
Boo fucking who. People will always be taking drugs. Might as well do it clean and organized.
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about. Clean and organized. And the Hardy Boys are running it.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
And what about this Ruby? Is she the 8th Hardy who runs this thing for you?
You sure do love long walks through Theory Town, don't you? Well, I'm thirsty now. Thirsty for beer. Got any less theoretical questions, Cop?
He doesn't let it show, but must be a little impressed. You've put a lot of things together, fast. He's practically saying yes. A yes to everything you said.
I talked to Joyce. The merc you hanged, his friends are coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
They're snickering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down. Yes, they're forming some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy. Yeah. I will oil it, not the machine.
He punches Blondie on the shoulder.
Once more, my friend, into the breach.
Thank you, Broken Angel. Welcome back. Thank you.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon.
The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
That was an unsure phrasing.
See what? That they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor.
He takes a sip of beer to bide his time, then tries to get the last word in.
You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
Joyce said they've gone rogue. Nobody is controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
This Krenel is bad news. You know that, right?
So are the local gangs.
A spray of
The
beer.
fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or a barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. Don't forget, we're listening in on their communications. Their shit is way apart.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
I mean, okay, they're going to wipe you the F out, Titus.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that on what might be the eve of battle.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Bye-bye. Alright. Let's see. Estelle refused to talk about her friends. Maybe she'll open up later after you've helped them set up the nightclub. Do I need her to talk about her friends? Okay, that was at the church. So Estelle was the girl in here. I think this is her.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to
Yeah,
a wooden
that's Estelle.
pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
Hey there.
She
I've
gives
been
you a...
recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
What for?
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Lloyd is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control.
Continue.
Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the crab man hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Now can you tell me about your associates?
Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favor. What do you want to know?
What's the deal with Egghead?
What do you mean?
What does he think he's doing when he yells all that stuff?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
He told me as much, but what exactly is a party boy?
A Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
No offense taken. Go on.
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
Sounds like a fun job.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
He looks around a little embarrassed of the enthusiasm of his interjection. Where is he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from. Or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of Montmartre, the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City.
She nods.
Ed came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
She says quietly.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. You wish you'd been there.
Tell me about the others.
Who do you want to know about?
Actually, that's it.
Sure.
Don't know that I really care about the others. Let's see. Missing insects. Talk to the kids. We tried talking to the kids. Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. Call Alice back in a day on the armor. That's tomorrow. Okay. So I think at this point, I just need to wait till the time for the quest to get my gun back. I think that's the last one I'm really concerned with. And that's at 2200. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to the waterfront. And go to the bench.
The worn and...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
What? I need to pass the time right now. What? Okay. Go to Billy Majean's apartment to deliver bad news. It's in the apartment buildings north of Martinez, number 20. I think that's this way. Probably not good for all those books to be out there in the snow. I'm just saying. The question is, which one is 20?
You hear someone walking around.
It's number 10. Moss crawls on these bathroom tiles. Actual moss. But is it actually crawling? What room was this one?
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with
Yeah, we've already looked at that one. Maybe it's on another floor. You can read too, which is just interacting with the book flyer in your inventory and spam clicking through it to pass time. Odd. The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching you from within.
Glad to be here, smile.
round door.
Number 20.
The number reads...
Thank you,
20.
Spectre. Welcome back. Appreciate the support.
Something smells good. Soup allons, yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit. Okay, so we think that this is the apartment of a guy that we found dead by the docks.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's...
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Alrighty.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Spectre says, gotta ask, I've seen you play this game and now I need it. Would you happen to have a link I can buy and support you at the same time? The Nexus link that Like a Snail just put in the Twitch chat is the only link I have for like general use. If it's on Nexus, then you could use that. If it's not on Nexus though, then I don't have one. But thank you for asking. Knock on the door.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Majean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in. The door is open.
Okay. Well, if her husband is here, well... She said we're tidying up? A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Oh wait, is there a kid here? Posters of contemporary pop stores adorn the walls. A textbook for high school mathematics, trigonometry mostly. The clock is ticking away with odd cheerfulness. I'm just like snooping all around her apartment while she's waiting right there. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains? Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. So they are super poor. Leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions in here.
It's you from the book stand.
She looks at you for a moment without knowing what to do.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news? Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Empathy check. Alright, 72%. Tell her about the dead body.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I am very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Majean, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Majean, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No. Take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her and leave the room. Imagine if it was like some other dude that stole the library card and like her husband comes walking in while we're in there telling her her husband's dead. And we're like, wait a minute.
You did well.
The lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment. The balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the district. Nod. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Right, this is closed then.
Let's go.
Okay. Wow, that murder investigation was a whole lot shorter than the other murder investigation. That's for sure. Or I should say dead body investigation, not murder. While I'm here, did I notice her boat is gone? It is gone. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Joyce, says the note on the post. She went to the fishing village? I wonder if I need to go there and talk to her. I've still got a bit of in-game time before the appointment about the gun. So I might be able to do something over there. Red checks are always so painful. Yeah. Just because the way this game is set up, it makes me want to like exit the conversation, save the game, change all my equipment, and then do the check. And then it's just like, ugh. Like, I understand why they're set up that way, but the whole equipment changing all your stats, like empathy and stuff, feels kind of weird. There she is.
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around a post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze toward the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks, construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
Gross.
It's pornographically poor.
What
The
was
street
that
has no
phrase?
name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Pornographically poor. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Ooh, react content.
Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing, looking up at the gray sky.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly. It's early spring, and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks, and swords. Tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now, fixing them. Old caches from the revolution.
Yeah, we found one of those.
The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches, flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands.
Do you know how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up, her raincoat flaps in the gust. This fishing village?
No, they're in Sealindian, Isala.
No, I don't know how they discovered it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though.
I knew you would sympathize. Most
She's like, yeah, you're
Revacholians will never
stupid
know
too.
what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me now, we have time.
Do we?
He glances at his watch. It doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit?
We've exhausted all of that. Okay. Alright. Let's see. 2200. Pigs. Cavern after the gun. Check the island for bullet traces. I do not know how to reach the island. There's no boats there. She won't let me use her boat. That over there does not connect. Unless maybe like it does at a certain time of day, but every time I visited there, there was no connection. I'm not sure if it's like a wait for the tide to go down type of situation. Okay. And where... They don't know about the bugs, do they?
The scruffy-haired little boy